Hey there, name's Alex, and I'm no economist. But I'm also not a biologist. But still, we're going to be talking about animals in this video. You've all heard the legend about the frog that's put in a pot of water, that's put on a stove, and the heat is turned up ever so slightly, that the water is warmed up very slowly, and the frog never gets the feeling that it's too hot because the temperature rises so slowly that the frog becomes accustomed to the temperature rising over time. So much so that the frog at no point senses that it's being boiled, and it does eventually get boiled. Yeah, but unfortunately that's a tall tale. That experiment has never been replicated to such a result. The frog always ends up hopping out of the boiling pot of water. Why? Either because the frog does indeed sense that it's getting too hot for comfort and it decides to jump out of the pot, or maybe the frog has better, more interesting frog stuff to do than sit around and participate in your silly social experiment on frogs. Maybe the frog gets bored and it decides to jump out. So that probably should give us a little bit of hope about the rest of us and the fate of humanity. But imagine, if you will, a pond where the frogs usually live, the frog's natural environment. And now imagine that the frogs are living happily and peacefully inside the pond, but someone starts dumping toxic, dangerous chemicals into the pond, and so much so that the content and the saturation of toxic chemicals in the pond builds up so much as to start altering the biochemistry of the frogs, so much so that it ends up changing their sexual orientation, but the frogs never sense that the pond that they live in is being slowly contaminated by chemicals, and at no point do the frogs realize that they have become gay. That's it. I didn't really have a point about this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below telling me you know all about the chemicals in the water that are turning the freaking frogs gay, and you haven't heard it from me for the first time. I know you haven't. This is a fun reference that I came up with. Also, subscribe to the channel for future videos and more entertaining content. I'm one subscriber away from 500, so maybe that'll be you, and now we'll have 500 subscribers. And if you're feeling particularly generous and you want to slowly but surely incrementally make me rich, there will be links below in the description of the video on how you can help support this channel. Anyway, that's all I had for this video. I've been Alex. I have not been an economist, nor have I been a biologist. Till next time. Bye.